ICE raids in Southern California have people protesting in the streets. CSUN hosted a hair show for Black History Month, and Republican Senator John McCain makes comment about dictatorship.
This is Valley View News.
Hello and welcome to Valley View News. I'm Nick Torres.
And I'm Grecia Lopez.
It's been a month since President Trump took office, and polls show his approval rating is below 40%. Here in Los Angeles, thousands of people unhappy with the president made their voices known. Valley View's Alfredo Perez reports.
People of all ages rallied outside of City Hall to protest against President Donald Trump. Protesters carried anti-Trump signs with clear messages. Carl Strom says Trump's latest actions have made him come out and support the protest.
I haven't demonstrated for 50 years, which makes me a bit ashamed, but I feel so bad about the present situation that I thought I should get out.
Most people who attended were protesting for the first time, like Shade Frank.
Because before I was like, I voted, I would complain about the government, but now I'm here to actually change things because we can't continue to, have a government that doesn't act. And we have to protect the people. We have to protect women. We need to protect children, the sick, the elderly, our veterans, all that stuff. And we're not doing that right now.
Protesters were selling shirts supporting opposition against Trump. One activist who went by the name of Activisto carried a mannequin to deliver a message.
We're supposed to help each other, carry each other, without seeing the color of our skin or any type of racial hang-ups. And so, it's just a message of love our community, our hardworking community.
This isn't the only protest that's going on at this moment. There are many more around the nation. In Los Angeles, California, for Valley View News, I'm Alfredo Perez.
A Day Without Immigrants protests were held here in Los Angeles and across the country. Some protesters boycotted businesses, schools, and work. Yesenia Burgara has more on the story.
Latinos, along with other immigrants across the country, came together to demonstrate against President Trump's immigration policies. Those supporting the day are hoping to demonstrate the contributions made to this country by immigrants. Housekeeping supervisor Rina Hernandez joined in by not attending work or her dental appointment.
Hopefully the Latino voices will be heard.
Ari Martinez is owner of McClay Wedding Party Supply Shop in San Fernando. She closed her business for the day.
I think that supporting is also letting others, know that there is someone here trying to fight for them, trying to show them that it's okay, that it's going to be okay. That's someone there behind them and that they shouldn't be afraid.
Associated Chicano Studies professor Marta Escobar says the day sends a message that this is a long-term struggle.
I think what's important to mobilize in terms of a movement is to keep going, to keep organizing, show up when you can, right, to these marches and these big events, but make organizing for immigrant rights an everyday part of your life.
This is Yesenia Burgara, Valley View News.
An estimated 1,000 people gathered in Oregon's capital in support of immigration rights. The protest came together through social media. Attendees held signs and chanted Adelante and Forward. Several guest speakers took the mic and told their stories, some of whom admitted to being undocumented. One city council member encouraged the crowd to hold elected officials accountable and to even run for office. The rally followed a series of nationwide protests in opposition to immigration raids.
The former U.S. ambassador to Sweden says Sweden is perfectly safe, refuting concerns raised by Trump. Sweden has recently accepted 200,000 refugees. President Trump's concern during Saturday's rally is keeping our country safe.
Sweden! Who would believe this? Sweden! They took in large numbers. They're having problems like they never thought possible.
The comment appeared to refer to the recent terror attack in Germany. Trump clarified his remarks on Twitter about his statement. The Swedish embassy in the U.S. also tweeted about the immigration. The crime rate has not escalated, and data shows a weak correlation between terrorism and the migrations.
Vice President Pence told world leaders that the U.S. will hold Russia accountable.
We urge both sides to abide by the ceasefire that was scheduled to begin today, and in the interest of peace and in the interest of innocent human lives.
At the same conference, the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said the West's dominance of world affairs is ending. The opposing messages came during a security summit in Germany. Pence's speech was to ease concerns in Europe about Trump's desire to work closely with Russian President Putin. Pence also expressed a commitment to fighting Islamist terrorism and to the NATO alliance.
Republican Senator John McCain is warning that suppressing a free press is how dictators get started. McCain issued his warning after President Trump accused the media of being the enemy of the American people. McCain says the media is essential for a democracy.
If you want to preserve democracy as we know it, you have to have a free and many times adversarial press. And without it, I'm afraid that we would lose so much of our individual liberties over time. That's how dictators get started.
McCain says he is not calling Trump a dictator, but that we need to learn the lessons of history.
Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders said in Los Angeles that voters put themselves in the heart and soul of people who have lost their jobs. Sanders' speech was reminiscent of his past primary political rallies. He said the Democratic Party did not do enough for the oppressed industrial class. He encouraged Democrats and progressives to continue resisting Trump and not give up.
A homemade bomb exploded in Bogota, Colombia, leaving 24 police officers and 2 civilians injured. The explosive device shattered windows in nearby apartment buildings and created a cloud of debris. There are reports that the anti-government organization, the National Liberal Army, might be responsible. So far, no arrests have been made.
China has announced that they will halt all coal imports from North Korea. Tensions have grown between the two countries since the recent North Korean missile test. Officials say the decision was made to comply with the UN Security Council resolution that passed late last year. Coal is North Korea's main export, and China is one of their biggest customers. China's Ministry of Commerce said all shipments of coal will be suspended for the remainder of the year. A North Korean economist says the country does not feel affected by the restrictions.
The heavy rainstorm last weekend left more than 85,000 Southern California residents without power. The Department of Water and Power says crews worked through the weekend to repair equipment and restore service.
A massive sinkhole in Studio City swallowed 2 cars during the damaging rainstorm last week. The sinkhole was about 20 feet deep and 30 feet wide on Laurel Canyon Boulevard. City engineers say the excessive rain and a sewer failure caused the sinkhole. Crews worked nonstop to reopen Laurel Canyon Boulevard.
Los Angeles residents will be voting on Measure S on the March 7th ballot. It would ban development projects that request changes to original height and zoning laws. Housing complexes, office buildings, schools, and stores are among the structures potentially affected. Supporters say Measure S would force the city to update its community plans, but opponents argue that updating a community plan takes years. With tax season in full swing, CSUN's volunteer income tax assistance is here to help. As Valley View's news reporter Nicolas Torres shows us, the Vida Clinic is a free tax preparation service.
We have one dependent.
CSUN student Gabriela Flores is having her taxes done by fellow students, and she is grateful for their service.
Especially since I'm a college student, I don't really have that much money to invest on preparing my taxes. So when I heard about CSUN Vida, I was pretty glad because I knew I didn't have to spend money on that. I could spend it somewhere else.
Flores is one of the hundreds of students taking advantage of the VITA program. Student volunteers from the economic and business schools help low-income residents in the San Fernando Valley. VITA supervisor Francisco Peralta said it's a wonderful feeling seeing the faces of grateful customers.
I like doing it because I help people. Taxes is something that's mandatory for everybody to do, and if everybody has to do it and we could do it for free, that's just our way of helping out the community.
The student tax preparers gain valuable experience and also make a connection with their clients. Dr. Rafi Efrat says engaging in the community is one of the clinic's top priorities.
And what we're trying to do is to reach out to taxpayers that rely on the tax preparation as a source of financial stability.
An average tax preparation fee can be quite expensive. Efrat says the clinic is valuable because it offers important financial resources while limiting the cost burden.
That's truly what gets our student volunteers so enthused about the work that they do here, is that they're able to, within an hour, truly transform the life in a small way, but in an important way, of the taxpayer that arrives.
Most students do not have the extra couple $100 it now takes to get their taxes done. The gift of helping others is what is most important for students who work at VITA. And students like Gabriella are grateful for their help.
Yeah, they're really friendly. They knew what they were doing, so I felt confident them preparing my taxes.
If you would like to have the stress taken out of filing taxes, visit the VITA clinic in Juniper Hall or at the several locations throughout the San Fernando Valley. When we come back, a look into CSUN's third baseman.
So I've come up with the family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
Look at these boots.
Man, those are nice. You should buy them.
Half the price of the real thing. Do you want them?
The production and sale of counterfeit goods cause more harm than meets the eye.
Get to work!
And the profits can fund organized crime.
So, do you want them?
Buying counterfeit products?
No way.
It's just not worth it.
Hart, what's going on? I'm leaving. Why? What did I do? Not enough. You constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit. Okay, I get it. I'll do better. Just, please, don't leave. Okay. But remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Uber has launched what it calls an urgent investigation into claims of sexual harassment. Former employee Susan Fowler says she was the victim of sexual advances. Fowler reported screenshots of messages from her manager asking her to have sex. After reporting the incident, Fowler said no actions were taken because her perpetrator was a high performer.
Several spectators were injured late Sunday in Florida when a race car plowed through the fence. The incident happened at the Volusia Speedway outside Daytona Beach. 3 men were hospitalized. 1 had to be airlifted. The race car flipped through the track over the fence and into the crowd. A witness saw the car continuously rolling after hitting the crowd.
Now let's go to Kendall Faulkner with sports news.
Thank you, Nick. Selection Sunday is only a few weeks away, and a perennial powerhouse is looking to reclaim its stakes at the top. The North Carolina Tar Heels are projected to be the 4th #1 seed to go along with Villanova, Kansas, and Gonzaga. The Tar Heels have a top 5 RPI and are among the top 20 in the nation in terms of the strength of the schedule. The UCLA Bruins, coming off a 32-point victory over their crosstown rival last weekend, have been projected as a #4 seed. USC, on the other hand, is projected to be a #9 seed. March Madness is set to begin Tuesday, March 14th, so remember to get your bracket filled out before then. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver delivered his State of the League address this past weekend during the NBA All-Star festivities. Silver addressed the controversial HB2 law from North Carolina, which limits anti-discrimination policies directed at the LGBTQ community. He also touched on immigration policies regarding foreign players.
What we've stated is that our values, our league-wide values in terms of equality and inclusion are paramount to this league and all the members of the NBA family. And I think those jurisdictions that are considering legislation similar to HB2 are on notice that that is an important factor for us Those values are an important factor for us in deciding where we take a special event like an All-Star game. We are a business based on global mobility. As I said earlier, 25% of our players were born outside of the United States. Government restrictions on travel, I am concerned about.
The city of Charlotte was supposed to host this year's All-Star festivities, but due to the HB2 law, the league moved the weekend to New Orleans. Silver said he has spoken to new North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper and hopes that the Charlotte Hornets will host next year's All-Star weekend. The CSUN baseball team opened its season with an impressive 6-0 victory over Portland. First baseman Kevin Riley hit his first home run as a Matador, also putting up the team's first run on the board. After that, the team's bats were hot. Pitcher Andrew Weston took the W for the home opener. Last Saturday, the Matadors split a doubleheader with Portland, losing the first game 3-4 in extra innings and taking the second game 3-0. This weekend, they will be playing Towson. One of the team's top players is Nolan Bumstead. Valley View's Christopher Linares reports.
Nolan Bumstead is in his second season as a Matador. Bumstead started in 36 games and hit for an average of .273 in conference. In just his second year, he has become a centerpiece of the Matadors offensively as well as defensively at third base. He is now the third base starter and continues to practice his fundamentals at third base.
I like to take a lot of ground balls. I take pride in my defense, and it's something that I need to work on still, and I'm continuing to work on it, but that's definitely one of my staples when I practice.
His teammates like catcher Clayton Hubbard say Bumstead is critical to the team's success.
As a player, he's one of the more level-headed guys. He's always steady on the field. You can always rely on him to be the same guy, and he's really helped me become a better player because of his work ethic. He's kind of taught me in a way that doesn't matter how you feel or what your schedule is like, you got to find ways to get better and to master your craft.
Bumstead is not only a star on the field, but in the classroom, where he is studying as an engineering major, assistant coach Chris Holmes says.
He's a very impressive person. Just the workload that he takes on, he has engineering classes, he has almost a 4.0 in all of his engineering classes, and he's one of the captains of our team. So he's just a very impressive person. Just the fact that he puts so much on his plate and comes in and always delivers what he is expected to do and what he promises he's going to do.
Bumstead hopes he gets the opportunity to take his talents to the major leagues one day and inspire others through his craft. In Northridge, Christopher Linares, Valley View News.
The Dodgers have traded left-handed pitcher Vidal Nuno to Baltimore for minor league reliever Ryan Mosley. The team needed to clear space for the signing of outfielder Franklin Gutierrez. Gutierrez had a .246 batting average with 14 home runs in 98 games for the Mariners in 2016. Gutierrez reportedly will earn $2.6 million this year with an additional $400,000 in incentives. That's it for sports. Now back to you.
When we return, Angelina Jolie talks for the first time about her divorce.
And we'll be looking into CSUN's hair show.
Ms. Stevens, I just wiped malware off our system. People have got to stop clicking unsolicited email links and downloading free software unless it's from a trusted source.
Sounds great.
We need a data backup plan in a separate location in case we get hacked.
We need to focus on making profits, not spending them.
Learn to protect yourself from ransomware. If you become a victim, contact your local FBI office.
To be at peace with myself is the most prominent thing, and I am at peace with myself. I didn't deal this deck, I'm just playing the game. That's all. That's it. Meals on Wheels has given me a mode of freedom that I wouldn't have otherwise. Been making sure they get the nutrition that I need, and it's a balanced meal. My name is Maurice McGriff. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Hey there, Mrs. Carter. You can earn over 10% on your money if you deposit your savings into our investment
lucky
program.
sweepstakes winner.
Mrs.
Just
Carter,
enter your contact information and your winnings will
Grandma,
be
it's me. Please help me. I'm stuck in Ohio and my wallet was stolen. Please send me some money so I can get home.
Millions of people, especially seniors, are targeted every day by an array of fraudulent scams through online technology. Please be aware.
In a bizarre series of events, 2 Trump-branded products became top sellers on Amazon last week. Ivanka Trump's perfume spray and women roller ball were listed as the top 2 rated items. This comes at a time when various protest groups are calling to boycott Trump-branded products.
A CSUN Black History Month event focused on hair. As Valley View News reporter Sharon Carrillo shows us, it was all about feeling comfortable with your natural self.
Free braiding was provided to both men and women who attended the event. Volunteer braiders brought with them popular hair products that can work on numerous hairstyles. One hair braider volunteer, Sharice McKenzie, actually recalls feeling self-conscious about her hair.
Because I went to an all-Hispanic school, my hair was the different. In my class, I was like the only black girl with this textured hair. So it was always hard. Like they would say your hair is like cottony, and that's what I thought of myself, and I always wanted their hair.
Many black women say they love their natural curls and don't use heat products, wigs, or hair weaves. One of them is Isis Golding.
I wear my hair natural, no shame with it. I see how beautiful it is, and I really am liking this whole natural movement that's going on.
All black girls should feel comfortable in their own skin, their own textures right now.
ASO President Olivia Junkie says African American women have many options, and she likes to use all of them.
I have like an obsession with hair. I mean, I love doing my own. I just did it yesterday. And it's always good to change it up and do something different.
The Department of Africana Studies at CSUN celebrates Black History Month by organizing numerous events on campus every day for the entire month of February. This is one of the many events CSUN is holding to honor Black History Month. It's open to both men and women, but this is more than just about hair. It's about empowerment and loving yourself. In Northridge, Sharon Carrillo, Valley View News.
With our entertainment news, here is Keilani Sarmiento.
Thanks, Grecia. Angelina Jolie opens up about her breakup with Brad Pitt for the first time. In an interview with the BBC, she was fighting tears as she explained how difficult the split has been. Jolie was making her first official appearance in Cambodia for her new film, First They Killed My Father, about the Khmer Rouge genocide in the 1970s. Jolie's 6 children were with her in Cambodia for the weekend. Jolie says they are forever and will be a family, and she is hoping this somehow makes them stronger and closer. Jolie says she's taking new challenges day by day and is looking forward to traveling with her children in the future. French Vogue makes history with its first transgender cover model. After 97 years of publication, the magazine is embracing diversity in a whole new way. Vogue Paris said model Valentina Sampaio is changing the face of fashion and deconstructing prejudice. The editor-in-chief says although trans people are the ultimate symbols of a rejection of conformity, they are icons that Vogue supports and chooses to celebrate. Kanye West's new Yeezy Season 5 launched earlier this week. And no surprise, a little drama was involved. Kanye's security reportedly kicked out many reporters. Also, there were reports that he was prohibiting any photos, videos, and social media of the show. Only the West Kardashian family was reportedly allowed to post. Shia LaBeouf's anti-Trump art exhibit is now in Albuquerque, New Mexico. People can read, "He will not divide us" in bold letters on a city wall with a 24-hour live streaming camera below it. The idea is that visitors will approach the camera and repeat the saying. Officials say the protest in Albuquerque has been peaceful. But Queens, New York police shut the exhibit down only 3 weeks after opening, saying it had become a center point for violence. LaBeouf was arrested in New York after an alleged altercation with a protester. The Lion King is making a comeback. A remake of the 1994 award-winning movie directed by Jon Favreau will star Donald Glover and James Earl Jones. The live-action film will use CGI and green screen technology to recreate the Disney classic. The Lion King will join the ranks of many Disney live-action adaptations like Beauty and the Beast and Alice in Wonderland. The glamorous Oscars award show is here, and for the first time in history, Black actors have been nominated in every category. After receiving criticism the last couple of years, the Oscars have a more diverse selection of nominees this year. Hashtag Oscars Less White has already begun trending. Denzel Washington, Viola Davis, Dev Patel, Octavia Spencer, and Naomi Harris are some of the actors that have been recognized for top honors. Films like Fences, Hidden Figures, Moonlight, and Lion have also been nominated for Best Picture. The award ceremony will be held at the Dolby Theater in Hollywood. That's all I have for entertainment. Now back to you.
Many of us exercise indoors, but some are heading outdoors. As Valley View News reporter Flor Tolentino shows us, it's all about hitting the trail.
Los Angeles is known for its glitz and glam. But what many don't know is that it's home to amazing hiking trails, such as Griffith Park, Runyon Canyon, and the famous Hollywood Sign Trail. The West Griffith Park Observatory Trail takes you all the way up to the observatory. It's one of the easiest trails at Griffith Park, designed for families and children. It's 2 miles long. You climb more than 500 feet in elevation gain, and if you're lucky, you might spot some deer along the way.
My friend and I come here almost every week. It's just a great place to kind of release your stress and stuff, but you don't also have to go far out, and it's a short hike.
Dino Costas came all the way from Chicago to visit Griffith Park and says it's an easy trail to traverse.
I like the views. I think the vistas are really pretty. After the rain, I think it's gorgeous that it's so green.
Recently, Runyon Canyon reopened, and no matter what the weather is like, people come out to enjoy the views and walk along these trails. You can take your dog along a new paved trail that's about 2 miles long. Along the right side of Runyon Canyon, there's another trail that isn't paved. It's a little over 1 mile long. You can get views of downtown LA and the Hollywood Hills. Jasmine Carulis traveled from Melbourne to see the scenery at Runyon Canyon.
This has been really cool, but I think the trail itself is actually really nice to walk on as well. It's not too hard. I was expecting it to be a lot more difficult, so that's good.
The Hollywood Sign Trail is the most historic trail. It offers hikers an amazingly close encounter to the 45-foot-tall letters. There are 3 routes. The Mount Hollywood Trail for beginning hikers is about 3 miles long and is mostly flat. The Canyon Drive Trail for the moderate hiker is 6.5 miles long and steady uphill. And lastly, the Cahuenga Peak Trail is for the expert hiker, and this trail is more rugged and less defined than the others. Hikers climb over 800 feet in elevation, and it's 3 miles long. Once you reach the top, you are just above and behind the letters and can even see the Pacific Ocean on a clear day. Canadian tourist Carly Claire Singer says this trail has a lot to offer.
The Hollywood sign is very iconic and everyone talks about it, so the fact that you can get this close to see it, well, this beautiful setting, then it's pretty exciting.
Whether you consider hiking a workout or not, you can still come enjoy these trails and get a view of the Hollywood sign. Reporting for Valley View News in Los Angeles, I'm Flor Tolentino.
Thank you for watching Valley View News. I'm Nick Torres.
And I'm Gracia Lopez. See you next time.